I am almost due with baby number 2, and I thought it'd be fun to share with you the process of building some baskets with little goodies to thank the nurses who helped me with labor and delivery and also postpartum. I did this with my first. I shared it on my other channel, Sophisticated Organization, but this time I'm going to share it over here, and the process really isn't that difficult. I grabbed an organizing bin from Target. I grabbed one that is a decent size so I can fit quite a few different items in here. I chose pretty much whatever was the cheapest. You could also obviously go to a dollar store and find something really, really cheap. And I'm just filling it with some extra little fluff here to build it up. And I want to start off by saying that this is not a necessity at all to do anything like this. I don't think nurses expect it. I've seen a lot of comments on social media about these types of baskets and people saying things like, why are you doing this? This is their job to be your nurse and to help you deliver your baby. But it's just such an exciting time in life, and I think there are certain nurses that go above and beyond. A lot of times they are overworked, and it's just a nice way to say thank you. And I know the nurses I had last time really appreciated it. And there's a few ways to do this as well. The first way is to do a basket or two, maybe one for the day shift and one for the night shift, and have it brought to the nurse's station. Have your spouse bring it there or give it to one of your nurses to bring out to the nurse's station to share with all of the nurses. Another one that you could do is an individual thank you for the specific nurses that help you. So you probably wouldn't be as likely to build a very large basket for each specific nurse that helps you, especially depending on how long your hospital stay is and how many day shift and night shift switches that you have. I am going to do a combination this year. Last time I just did 2 large baskets, one for day shift and one for night shift. This time I am going to do the same, but I'm also going to just do a little bit of personalized thank yous for individual nurses, which I'll share at the end here. But the combination of things I'm putting in is I am just going to get some drink items in here. And honestly, it doesn't really matter the specific things you're putting in here because you don't, of course, know who you're shopping for. I think a lot of nurses I've seen really like beverages, so I'm adding in a few different sparkling waters. I want to make them all so they're the same direction here. I just have a variety of flavors, and because I'm going to be doing 2 baskets, I'm going to split everything up. So this is 8 cans of mini Starbucks Frappuccinos. They are white chocolate mocha, a little bit of caffeine and kind of a treat. Also nice to find things that are in mini size so you can have more nurses take advantage of what you're bringing without filling up the basket too much. Then one of the obvious things is snacks. I got a mixed bag here of Skinny Pop, Pirate's Booty, and Sweet and Salty Skinny Pop. So I'm gonna do a couple bags of each of these, and I think a combo also of like some healthier snacks, some more indulgent snacks. I know some people will add like chocolate and things like that just because there are so many different taste preferences. So these will be great. I'm just gonna do 2 of each in this basket. It's already filling up really fast. And then I got some trail mix that does have M&Ms, so maybe it's both healthier and not healthy at the same time. I have some mini granola bars again. Anything that I could find in mini, I was kind of drawn towards that. And these ones are cashew, cherry, almond, and cocoa drizzle. Then I grabbed some mini peanut butter filled pretzels. Everyone loves peanut butter filled pretzels. And then I grabbed some packages of individually wrapped Partake cookies. Now I'm just gonna stuff all of this in here, see how much I can fit. I can already tell it's just gonna be so stuffed in here. I'm just gonna layer it up as best I can. I did do a little bit of rearranging just so you can see everything that's in there. I moved the cans in front and put the taller items like these popcorn bags in the back. I found some of these hot chocolate spoons at Target on sale, so I am going to put some of these in, which are a little bit more of a treat, I feel like. They can't use them at the hospital, which is a little bit less convenient, but something that they can take home with them. And speaking of that, just anything that's individually wrapped is something I kind of look for. Let's see if I can fit these back here, because I know I'm running out of space. Anything that's individually wrapped is a great candidate to be putting in your nurses' baskets. Okay, I got all of those in. And then the next category of things that I purchased is something that the nurses would hopefully appreciate, whether they're things like little pens. I've heard nurses love pens. I also got some claw clips. You could do hair scrunchies, things like that. I love pampering myself, so I got a set of sheet masks that I'm gonna put in there. And then last time I was in the hospital, I saw every single nurse basically with a Stanley cup with a straw or some sort of Stanley dupe. And so I was looking for fun accessories for Stanley cups and found these cute daisy straw covers. I thought these would be adorable to include because so many nurses have cups like that. So I got a little pack of these. There's a multi-color set, and I am going to add all of this stuff in there, so it's not just food items, but also some fun little gifts that they can take home with them as well. This is the final product, and I again want to reiterate, do not feel pressured to do this at all, especially if it's not in your budget, or don't feel like you have to spend a certain amount of money. You can do it like this, you can do it bigger than this, a little smaller than this, whatever works for you. I was just really excited and wanted to get a bunch of different things. The only other thing I'm going to add to these baskets is a little sign on here saying thank you, and the fact that it's from myself and from my husband. Last time I did this, I put a maternity photo of us on there, so you can include a photo of yourself, but just adding a little note so they know who it's from, and thanking the nursing staff would be a really nice way to tie it all together. And before you leave, I did promise I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do for the individual nurses, so I'm gonna get that stuff together and show you that. The other option of giving nurses individual gifts is something that I kind of want to do this time. I've heard of people doing it on the spot and giving gifts to nurses before they end their shift and before the next nurse shows up. I've also heard of people specifically sending gifts to the nurses that helped them after they've gone home and sending them a little gift. Somebody said that they did actually send nurses each a Stanley cup, the ones that went above and beyond and were just wonderful. So you could do that and just skip the whole basket thing for all of the nurses, and anybody that you feel like just makes your experience that much better or helps you through the process, get them just a specific gift, you can do that. I am probably going to have a few of these individual gifts made, and then I'll just decide whether I'm gonna give it to every nurse that helps me and is my individual nurse, or if I'm just gonna give it to those that I feel like are really wonderful and go above and beyond. It's a little bit personal for me because I have these things at my disposal. So if you do follow my other channel, Sophisticated Organization, you know that I sell some products on my website. I have daily, weekly, and to-do list little planner pads. I thought these would be great for busy nurses. These whiteboards that I have too, I'm gonna give each of them a whiteboard marker as well. They say make today sophisticated, and I always write out my to-do list on here, but it will just be really nice to give a few like little office supplies, and I'm just going to tie them up with a ribbon, and that is pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this quick video of what I'm putting together in my baskets to thank nursing staff, as well as individual gifts when I go into labor with our second baby. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. I have so many other videos related to motherhood, baby prep. I'll obviously be sharing stuff postpartum. I also have an older toddler, so I'll be sharing things about him. And I want to thank you for joining me today as together we make this motherhood journey sophisticated.